convening of the Cottonwood Mayor and City Council of the City of Cottonwood for presentation of proclamations, awards, and introduction of new city employees to be held on December 1st, 2020 at 5:30 p.m. We have one presentation this evening from Ryan McGinty from Spectrum, and so appreciate you being here this evening, and the floor is yours.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. So yes, my name is Ryan McGinty. I am operations manager with Spectrum Healthcare. I run both our crisis and residential services. And I'm here today to talk about our new exciting men's residential program, which we'll get to. So before getting into our new program, I just want to make sure everyone's aware of Spectrum Healthcare and the services that we provide. So we're an integrated healthcare provider in all of Yavapai County. So we have locations in Cottonwood, Sedona, Camp Verde, and Prescott. And we provide both behavioral and primary health services. So the behavioral health services that we provide include psychiatry, counseling, case management, our mobile crisis services, MAT services, and other substance abuse support services. Our physical health care services include primary care, LabCorp, and pharmacy services. So as far as our new program goes, so we've got a new residential treatment program for co-occurring disorders, which is our men's program. Historically, we've had one for women that's been called Women's World. It's our highly successful program that is well known, and many people are aware of that. In October of 2020, we just opened our men's facility as well. For the past 2 years, we've been working closely with Northern Arizona Healthcare, who provided a significant amount of funds for us to renovate the building that our new facility is located in, which is actually the old bowling alley and the old Mingus Center. So that's over on Main Street across from Dead Horse State Park. So anyways, we've been working closely with Northern Arizona Healthcare. Basically how that started was we already worked closely with them with our crisis services, particularly in the emergency department. But we were noticing an uptick in suicide rates particularly. And I'm not sure if everyone's aware of this, but actually Yavapai County has the highest suicide rate per capita in the state of Arizona. So that was obviously concerning to us, and we both wanted to invest resources to sufficiently address that issue. And what we notice is that there are close ties between suicide rates and substance use. And given that we already had a residential program for women, we wanted to look at one for men. And so long story short, thus came our Momentum Men's program, which we've been planning and finally we're able to open. So we provide services to individuals on either access plan, whether Health Choice or Care First in the region. Both of our facilities for men and women both have 12 beds. We have flexible lengths of stay. So you'll often hear someone that's wanting to get sober will say, I don't want to go away for 6 months. I don't want to go away for a year. I've got other obligations. I've got a job. My employer won't let me off that long, family, so on and so forth. So we wanted to craft a program that would be able to meet as many people's needs as possible. So if someone wanted to receive treatment for a number of weeks or even a month, we'd be able to accommodate that, or if they wanted to come for 6 months or even over 6 months, we'd be able to work with them as well. We do have an average length of stay of 3 months, and that's primarily drawing on our women's program because our men's program, of course, hasn't been open that long. So the program services include individualized treatment plans, which is really the foundation and most important part of someone's stay at our Momentum programs. We're going to take a look right when they get there, do a comprehensive assessment and determine what needs they have, what issues they're struggling with, and therefore what treatment services they're eligible for and would best serve them, of course. And that would entail daily group therapy, weekly individual therapy with a therapist, bi-weekly, every 2 weeks, psychiatry, 12-step and other recovery program participation, including Smart Recovery. We have evidence-based clinical programming, on-site nursing care, actually, during all business hours, primary care services as needed, and as I mentioned, medication-assisted treatment. And I should mention that the pictures that are on here are the pictures of our facility. So this is our main group area. This is our dining area. You're not able to see it, but that's our man wall in the background for our men's program, of course, which has got all sorts of football and car and sorts of fun decals on it for the guys. This is our welcoming area where we do our visitation. So we really focus on offering personalized recovery. Recovery means different things to different people, and we want to treat every individual walking through the door as such and give them what they particularly need. Two programs might not benefit the same two people, or one program might not benefit the same two people the same. So what's indicated and included in that is weekend visitation with family members, friends, family therapy if needed, and parenting classes, which have been very helpful in our women's program as well. Arts and crafts activities, homemade meals, exercise groups. We've actually got a whole exercise area with a basketball hoop and a punching bag and kettlebells, all different kinds of exercise equipment for the guys and women to get their physical health care needs met, and smoking, of course, if need be. There's bigger fish to fry than smoking often when someone comes to treatment, and so we're trying to address their needs. However, we certainly do provide nicotine or tobacco cessation counseling as needed. So for our referral process, this is often a question that comes up. Referrals can come from any source. We get a lot of calls from families, directly from individuals. We work very closely with the probation department as well as the jail. Not just our jail here in Camp Verde, but also in Coconino County and other behavioral health care organizations. Referrals are available to all of northern Arizona, so we currently have clients from each of the main cities in northern Arizona, Mojave, even as far as the canyon goes. So from Coconino County, Mojave County, certainly Yavapai County. We do same-day admittance, so we pride ourselves on receiving a phone call in the morning, inquiring about treatment, and being able to get that person in same day. That's very important. Historically, in the past, you'd see facilities like this that would have some significant delay, a lot of hoops to jump through, and that doesn't help someone that needs help now, right? So we structured our processes to be able to allow for same-day admittance. As I mentioned, most of our referrals do come from behavioral health care organizations, probation department, and the jails. And we do refer to other treatment facilities if we're full. So for right now, for example, we're actually full, and we were full 3 weeks into opening. So that tells you the demand. We got 12 beds filled very quickly. And so when we get other referrals, we work closely with other organizations in the area to still facilitate access to care, to get someone in to residential treatment as quickly as possible and not have them sit on a wait list to potentially sit there for a while. So I included our referral packet information where those can be sent, as well as our main phone number. Any questions or requests for a tour can go through myself. My contact information's up there. And that is all I've got. If there's any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
All right, any questions for Mr. McGinty? I have one. I'm curious how you track the success of your programs.
Yeah, that's a good one. So there's a few different markers we look at. The first one is how long was the initial agreement for someone to stay at the program and whether or not they actually stayed for that. So if that was a month, 3 months, 6 months, did they actually stay the whole time? Were we able to keep them engaged? Another one is if, of course, they were able to stay sober. We do a number of screenings, both upon admittance as well as discharge, to assess for severity of symptoms, both in regards to substance abuse as well as mental health symptoms. So we weigh those against each other and then track them over time. Those are a number of the ways, as well as just anecdotally, right? So someone saying whether or not, if they're feeling better, if they're feeling confident in being able to stay sober once they leave. Yeah.
All right.
And Mayor, I didn't have a question, but I did just want to let Ryan know this is, thanks for the presentation, and this is just such a huge need here in our community. I'm excited to see the program, learn a little bit more about it, and I'd love to have an update, maybe in 6 months or a year, just on some of the success markers and maybe ways if the city, if you have some need for partnerships there or ways we can explore. I'd really love to have an update, but I'm excited by what we've seen tonight. Thank you.
Absolutely. Another thing along those lines that's would be useful information is specifically where the referrals came from. So we can identify this percentage came from the probation department, for example, this percentage came from another health home, or however that might look, which we'll track all that as well.
Yeah, again, like Councilmember Henry said, you've been a tremendous partner in our community and have been for a while, and I know our chief would agree, especially with your mobile crisis unit. You're doing great things in our community. And with COVID too, your ability to get out there and test quickly, and you had test kits available, one of the first in the valley, and we just really appreciate your partnership. So
yeah,
thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thanks again for your time. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thanks.
All right, we have I think just one employee to introduce this evening. Is that correct?
We should have two, I believe.
Two, okay.
Yeah, I
By the
believe
way,
we
we have
have,
Commander Dowell. I believe you're here to present. And I want to apologize, I wasn't able to make it to your promotion ceremony.
Thank you, sir.
But congratulations.
Thanks, sir. Just obviously start off by introducing myself. I'm Christopher Dowell. I'm a recently promoted commander with the police department. And this evening, I have the pleasure of introducing our newest lateral officer. This is Eli OLAFSON. He's our newly hired lateral police officer who relocated to the Verde Valley from Wisconsin 2 months ago to accept a patrol officer spot here in the city of Cottonwood. Eli is originally from the southeastern Wisconsin before joining the Marine Corps Infantry immediately after high school. It's not the Army, but I guess it works. Eli participated in peacekeeping and relation building exercises in multiple countries throughout Southeast Asia over the course of his 6-year term. Eli left the Marines in 2015 with the dreams of starting a family, and he married his best friend Connie. They now have 2 boys, Max and Sam, who love their new home here in Arizona. Eli began pursuing his career in law enforcement with the support of his wife and graduated from Gateway Technical College with an associate's degree in law enforcement in 2016. Eli accepted a position at a local police department in Wisconsin, and for the previous 3 years served as patrol/SWAT officer in the city of Beloit, Wisconsin. Got it. Eli and his wife came to the city of Cottonwood while on vacation early this year, where they fell in love with the mountain views and the outdoor lifestyle of the Verde Valley area. Eli immediately entered an application here with the city of Cottonwood, and he's extremely excited for the opportunity to have his family be part of this community. He will test with AZ Post Tuesday, right? Yep. Tuesday, and he'll officially start his FTO/OIT process from there.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm super excited to be here. Thank you very much to the commander, to the chief. It made me feel super welcome here. It's been, I think, 3 months since I put in my application to packing up my family and moving out here. Like he said, we came here on a vacation, just ended up, we went on an ATV tour, me and my wife, and we fell in love, and we just immediately wanted to move here. So I'm super excited to start our new life here, and really looking forward to being part of this community.
Good. You'll love it here, I guarantee you. And you'll feel right at home. We have, this place is crawling with OLAFSONs from Wisconsin, so you'll feel right at home, I promise you.
And not exactly heavy on Swedes, so.
But welcome, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next we have John Carter, I believe, to introduce our next newest employee.
John Carter, IT Director. I'm here to introduce our newest technician, who's not so new. It's been here for 4 months. So Jamie was born in Cottonwood. He grew up here. He graduated from Mingus High School in 2005. He moved to the Phoenix area shortly after graduating, and he lived in, I don't know where Levine is, but Levine, Phoenix, and Goodyear for 12 to 13 years before moving back to the Verde Valley. He graduated in 2012 with an associate's in network administration, and he picked up strong customer service skills along with desktop support experience while working for Cable One, Sparklight, and at their corporate office, and doing desktop support work for Sub-Zero and Wolf. He's a fan of The Office and Parks and Rec, so he should fit right in the city. He enjoys the outdoors as well, and working on his house and yard. He has 4 dogs and a cat, and plans on getting some chickens next year. His wife's a nurse at the Verde Valley Medical Center, and his son started kindergarten this year at Camp Verde Elementary. So he's coming back home. This is Jamie Jacobs.
Welcome, Jamie.
I don't really have a speech prepared, but if you guys have any questions or anything, I don't know.
No, just I really appreciate you coming back to the Verde Valley. It's great when you make that choice, you know, to move back to rural and raise your family here, and chickens, you know, commend you for that.
Yeah.
No roosters.
I moved out because I didn't think I'd get a job in IT in Cottonwood, and now I'm moving back because I found a job in IT in Cottonwood.
Awesome.
So I'm glad to be back.
Good. Well, we're glad to finally get you in here to introduce yourself, so thanks.
Thanks. Thank you.
All right, I think that's it for the introductions, correct?
No, sorry, Mr. Mayor, I think that we have
Oh, David Hausman, okay, I'm sorry.
Yes. Even I'm struggling. I know who they are, and I'm still struggling.
Mr. Hausman, sorry, sir.
David Hausman, Public Works Manager for the City of Cottonwood. After a long, exhaustive process, you know, we've finally hired a senior engineer here with the City of Cottonwood, and I'd like to introduce James Bramble. James is an Arizona native and has lived in the Verde Valley for nearly 9 years. He has received his bachelor's degree in civil engineering from Northern Arizona University. He spent 8 years as a consulting engineer in the Phoenix and Prescott areas before joining the Arizona Department of Transportation in 2010. Over the last 10 years, James has served in the ADOT Northwest District in areas of construction, maintenance, development, and traffic groups. So with that, I'll introduce James.
Thank you. Welcome, James.
To be fair, I was here the whole time you were looking. I just didn't know. So anyways, I'm happy to be here. There's a lot of exciting things going on. It'll be great to be a part of it.
No one is more excited than Ron to have you on board.
It's true.
Is this an appropriate time to ask about Mingus Avenue?
Yes.
Yes.
Just kidding. That was a joke.
Probably gonna get back up there.
I'd be more than happy to get you up.
Soon.
Yeah. No, welcome to the team. We're really lucky and fortunate that you signed on to Cottonwood. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I think that actually is the end of our new employee introduction. So thanks, everyone. How are you, Doug?